Great evening and welcome to Campus Only Conversations at the Powerhouse in Motion campus. Come on in, ladies, get your papers, notebooks, and pens because we have a very exciting guest tonight. And I'm so thrilled that she is with us. So I know that all of you, including myself, need some tips about branding and marketing our businesses. So for those of you who need that additional information, we're going to need you to come on in and join us. So campus only conversation is just that. It's campus only conversation. And so during the month of June, I have been doing coping with COVID and coming out on top as my give back to the community, where I've had several different guests come in and talk about various aspects of life. Last night we had Dr. Gigi Hamilton out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and she talked to us about mental health. We had Vinnie Bagwell, a Black sculptor out of New York, who is $1 million commission sculptor out of New York, who's done sculptures such as Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman, just a plethora of sculptures around the country. We have had so many other people. We had Dr. Tommy Watson, who went from homeless to now 4 degrees, including a PhD, who gave us motivation and inspiration. So there's been so much going on, but we have had campus conversations. And what is that? How is that different from what I did during the coping with COVID and coming out on top? That means that this has been specific conversation about business. And so on Sunday, if you missed it, you got to go back and listen to Alicia Stingley, who is a financial expert. So she talked to us about money management and your small business. We have had so many different guests. And so I'm excited tonight to introduce to you Miss Chaya Oliver. And she's going to talk to us about how to grow and develop our brands and grow our businesses while managing our brand. So allow me to introduce her tonight. So excited. Miss Chaya is with us. So Chaya E. Oliver founded Pop Marketing while in college, seeking ways to best optimize the digital marketing space to help entrepreneurs grow their businesses. She's worked as a marketing specialist, data analyst, and marketing strategist to increase awareness and conversion for 2 Fortune 500 companies. Her true passion lies in helping entrepreneurs scale and bring awareness to their business. Chaya strives to continue learning, growing, and helping others make their brand pop. It's all in the power of promotion, Chaya says. So help me welcome the incredible Miss Chaya Oliver. Hey!
Hi. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my goodness, we are thrilled to have you with us. Many of those members who are on the campus are more, what we would say, more seasoned entrepreneurs in terms of years. So we're the older ladies, right? And we're trying to navigate this thing called social media. So Chaya, we are excited that you are here tonight. How about that?
I am so excited. And just to kind of give some background to who I am and really my humble beginnings, I guess. I'm actually a recent graduate from Texas State University. I have a degree in marketing. Yes. So I graduated about a year ago, actually. And in college, or actually entering into college, I wasn't really sure what avenue I wanted to take. I did know that I wanted to go into something dealing with psychology. So I liked helping friends out with their problems, things like that. Yeah. But I really also had that entrepreneurial spirit. So I wanted to go into something dealing with business. And I felt like marketing was something that combined the two. And you may be wondering, like, where does psychology come into play with that? But you really have to dive into what the customer needs, what they want, and how we're going to get them to convert. So marketing is a great way to kind of study that behavioral aspect and just really dive into that psychological area as well. So with that, though, I founded Pop Marketing out of that. And that's just a way I now manage social media. I manage paid advertising for all these different clients that are across several industries. And of course, just keeping up with how those different customers, when they're looking for a particular product, how to get to convert. So today, that's really what I wanted to discuss. And I'm so happy to be here and to share my knowledge, and hopefully it helps.
Hopefully, oh my goodness, you're definitely going to help us tonight. So I wanted to ask you about what you're doing currently. So
Yes.
you graduated, and I love the combination of the psychology and marketing, because marketing is such, and the more I do my online marketing, the more I'm finding that the psychological aspect is mandatory. You got to understand the psychographics, right? And in
Exactly.
addition to the demographics. And so what are you doing now that you've graduated?
Yeah, so I was blessed actually to been offered a full-time job right out of college. So I'm currently working as a digital marketing specialist for JCPenney corporate, where I actually manage all the ads and campaigns that drive people to install our JCPenney app. So if you're ever on Google or ever on another website and you kind of see those little ads pop up to the side, that's me just trying to get your attention and trying to get you to convert and download our app. So that's just another way I'm taking skills that I've learned over my previous internships, putting them not only into JCPenney, but also my business. So I guess you could also call that a parallelpreneur, which are the words of Dr. Jatan Dorsey. And it's just been great kind of managing both sides.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Well, I tell you what, everyone, Chaya has prepared a presentation for us. And so we want to get right into that presentation. Someone else just joined and said, awesome show. Thank you so very much. Please put your name in comments. We cannot see your names on this end, but definitely want to know who's joining us. And again, I hope you've grabbed your notebooks and your pens, because Chaya is going to go ahead and get us started with her presentation.
Let's do it. All right. So diving right in, today we're just going to talk about how to make your brand stand out. It's definitely going to benefit your business to have that digital marketing aspect. So I'm going to dive into exactly how to do that, how to get that set up, and how to attract the right customers with marketing. So let's dive right in. So to define marketing, marketing is really just the activity of creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging your offers. So in this presentation, we're really going to be able to define those three key things, which is number one, how will you market your business? There's several different ways you can do it and different platforms. We'll dive into that. Who are you targeting? Who's your target audience? And how will you get these people to convert, which is the biggest thing. And I can't wait to dive into that as well.
Yes, I'm excited about that, as I'm working on funnels
Yes.
currently.
Oh, yes. See, funnels are very helpful. Dealing with how to market your business, though, let's just jump into the difference between how we used to handle marketing and now how we're handling it. Back then, we used to just throw out advertisements to the masses pretty much. Hopefully, they'll convert if they see it, but no way to really track what's happening after you giving someone a flyer, or even if it's word of mouth, you really just have no way of seeing who's converting and where they're coming from. Whereas now marketing has been a lot more tailored. When you're doing it digitally, you can now track the conversions. You can track how much you're paying for each ad, and you can just see all the analytics behind that. So it's a lot easier to transfer all of your physical marketing to digital. I'm not saying to get rid of all of it, but it's a lot more you can do now in the digital space. So let's dive into just a little bit of ideas dealing with back then, the marketing we used to do in magazines, flyers. For example, I know that audiences were a little more tailored when you were dealing with magazines, just because there were certain subscribers to those, but it's a lot more you can do now on social media with search engine optimization, making sure that your website is now being pushed to the top of that search engine. Mm-hmm. These are so many ways digitally that you can now convert customers. And it also all depends on your target audience, which we will dive into how to define that. So let's jump into Instagram. I'm sure all of us pretty much have a platform like Instagram or even Facebook, which I'll dive into in a moment. But this way of doing it, there has always been an organic posting with Instagram, but we now also have these sponsored ads that have come about. So we can customize our call to action buttons, which every 3 scrolls you see on Instagram, you should come by a sponsored post. So that is something that that client is paying for to get your conversion. It's so important to study the different types of ads you can run with these, the photo ads, video ads, carousel ads. There's so many different things you can do. It just depends on the business. And then also with dealing with the algorithm for organic growth, it's the Instagram algorithm is constantly changing. It's never going to stay the same. So just keeping up with the fact that you have to prioritize engagement, making sure that you're getting people to like your posts, comment on your posts. Also, now that we have the insights, we can look at the time that they're posting or the time that they're actually clicking and liking your posts, and then you can post accordingly.
Okay. So actually, I have a question for you, if you can back up for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when we talk about the algorithms and Instagram, how do do hashtags play a part of garnering any attention at all, and does it generate any type of activity? I guess
it definitely does. So I suggest when dealing with hashtags, not to add them in the actual post caption itself, but add it as the first comment right under that post. And keep in mind that when you do add these hashtags, those particular hashtags, once you click on that link and you see all the different posts up under that hashtag, it's going to move your post to the time it was posted. So you'll be, instead of thinking of it as, okay, I can come back to the post and add the hashtags, you'll still be at the bottom of the list. You won't be seen. So right after you post, just making sure you add those hashtags in there. Okay.
So I am not an avid Instagram. I'm more Facebook, right?
Okay.
And so I'm just learning how to engage. So when you say add the hashtag, you mean, okay, so you create a post. And say it's a picture, so you're about to post a picture, and then you may have just a little bit of verbiage there. So does you're saying that the hashtag goes before you write any commentary?
No, so you would put your post and the little whatever comment you wanted to put in that post, all the copy written, all of that, and then you can also comment under your post. So when you click comment, that's where you add the group of hashtags. And I suggest having a whole group of them. Just slot it in there and it will apply all those hashtags to that post.
Okay, so in comments, so you once you post, then you go into comments.
In comments, yep.
Okay, got it.
If you have something in particular you want to highlight for a comment or for a hashtag, you can add that one in your caption. So if it's a couple of those, that's fine. But to slot in that big chunk of hashtags, you want to add them in the comments.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. So dealing with Facebook, as we all know, Facebook now owns Instagram. So what you do in Facebook can also be used for Instagram. And you can, if you're running paid advertisements, the placement, you can add them on Instagram as well. So with 1.49 billion users on Instagram, it's definite that you are going to have your audience on there. So it's important that you're in any way marketing on Facebook. The Facebook ads are very cheap if you want to pay for them and promote that way. And then also the targeting capabilities. So building an audience based on the age you want to reach or the demographic. All of these things can be set up in your paid advertisements. So, and then also dealing with the algorithm for Facebook, it's going to be a little different than Instagram. When you're posting, it's not guaranteed that it's going to reach all of your followers. This is because your timeline is very saturated. It's oversaturated with so many different posts that it couldn't possibly post everybody's content. So it's so important that you are prioritized to that particular audience by scheduling posts that are going to relate to that person. You have to make sure that the organic reach is really declining. So any ways you can add in certain keywords to your caption, that's going to get your post to be more relevant, things of that nature. Also encouraging people to like, comment, and share your posts as well.
Okay. Now I did hear in a training, it was about 6 months ago, that if you say like, comment, or share, that the the powers that be would recognize those terms, and
Mhm.
it would press you would not have as much activity, I guess, on that particular post. Now, is that the case, or?
That is the case. That's the case when you're dealing with the caption itself. So if you had a video where you are pushing people to like, comment, Facebook is not typically going to pick that part up. So, and it's important to also just message your friends, your family, and making sure that they're engaging with your posts as well. Those are just some of the ways I know I've worked with my clients to do, and we've seen their reach increase.
Okay, if they now, I just missed what you said. And Lenitra, I do see your question. Lenitra has a question about, I think it's Instagram, right, Lenitra? So go ahead and put that in there for me, Lenitra. But if you can clarify what you're saying right now, Chaya. So you're saying, so if I were to say, please like, comment, and share this video, then you're saying that they would or they would not pick that up?
They would not likely pick up those terms when you're using them in a video.
In a video, but if
Now,
you,
what you're referring to is typing it in the post. And although I mean, facts like that are not solidified and guaranteed like that is what Facebook is doing, but there are some studies that would say if you added those terms into your post, it can be seen as not organic. So that could be a possibility that you would lessen the reach if you put it in the text.
Got it. So mention it in your video. Okay, so great. Let's go back to Lenitra. And she says IG. So yes, on Instagram for the comment. So this is her question, Chaya.
Yes. How does editing the comment make a difference? So I think you're referring to how is posting the hashtags as a comment versus adding the hashtags to the posts. Is that what it's sounding like?
That's what I think it is. And I'm sure
Okay.
she'll respond in just a moment to let us know.
Okay. Well, if it's that one, then I am just suggesting you add it to the first comment just so that you're not taking up all the space of I'm asking that you add in a list of hashtags. So if you add that to the actual post itself, it can either take up character count or it can just look like a bunch of blah when you're adding hashtag after hashtag. So in a comment, it's just a little easier and cleaner way of doing it. I don't think it makes an actual difference, but as long as they're under the post.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Lenitra? Please let us know and we will carry. She said yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the question, Lenitra. Okay. Thanks.
All right. No problem. So moving on to other ways you can optimize social media. So we have, I'm sure you all have seen on Instagram, we have Instagram stories. A lot of these are now watched by users just to stay updated with what you're doing, your latest day-to-day, things of that nature. So making sure you're constantly posting on there is very important. Also building those highlights. If you've seen those little circles under a profile, it just makes a profile look more finished, more complete. So also there's a way for you to edit those highlight covers in canva.com. That's another reference I was going to mention later on, but that's another way you can just make your profile come together in your branding aspect. As far as those who do not like posting as much, there are a lot of different platforms out there where you can slot in your posts and schedule them so that they are now automatically sending out to your various platforms as opposed to you having to post yourself 3 days a week or whatever your different cadence is. So these are 2 different platforms that I use for my clients. And then also just ask your friends. Ask your friends to like your posts, as I was mentioning earlier. Every post they see, just like. Also comment when they get a chance to do that. That's going to boost your reach on Facebook and then also boost your organic reach on Instagram as well.
Okay, excellent. And before we go into targeting, Chaya, with businesses, how often should we be engaging with our audience?
So I typically tell my clients 3 times a day is how much you should be sending out posts relating to your business. I found that to be the easiest, well, not the easiest cadence, but the benefits are so much greater when you're posting frequently.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have the time, whatever the case may be, at least 3 times out of the week, you should be posting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. So dealing with targeting. So every business needs a client profile or an avatar. You need to figure out exactly who you need to be reaching, who is going to be likely to convert, their age, their gender, what their day-to-day is like, just really almost living as if you are your customer, knowing the ins and outs of this customer is very important. So just crafting the identity, discover the challenges, and validating, looking online to make sure that these type of individuals, how do they behave?
Mm-hmm.
So I also, with Pop Marketing, I provide a client profile kind of layout for my clients, just an easier way for me when I'm building their targeting settings in Facebook to shoot out those ads. And going into ads with the Facebook audience creation, as I was mentioning earlier, dealing with paid advertisements, you get the settings in there already ready for you, asking you what type of age range you're wanting to target. They're asking you the gender, the location. So there's so many different ways you can kind of tailor these ads to get in front of the people that are likely to convert. And that's the biggest, I think, benefit that comes along with doing Facebook advertising or social media ads, is that you get to customize those audiences.
Mm-hmm. And when you're doing the Facebook ads, Chaya,
Mm-hmm.
do you follow the same protocol as the daily posting, meaning that you would have it run several times a day? Do you allocate that? How does that work?
So once you're paying for these ads, it's actually going to be left up to Facebook to do the placement. So they're going to be serving your ads everywhere it needs to be served at the certain time it needs to be served. So you're just trusting that algorithm for the paid side of things to really get your posts out there. And the great thing about this is you can really see like the performance afterwards to see how many people it got in front of, the impressions, the conversions, all of the different metrics you can see after it performs and while it's performing.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes, no problem.
Again, if you are just joining us, please do. If you have questions regarding anything social media and marketing, please do put them in comments for Chaya.
Yes. So diving into how will you attract these customers? So you have your audience laid out, you know what platforms you want to run these ads on. How are you going to get these people to convert? So again, what I was mentioning earlier, you're scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on Facebook. Most people are not in the mood or looking to be served an ad or looking to shop at that moment. They want to stay up to date with their friends or find out what, this person is doing. So it's important that you add a sense of urgency to your ads. You make it seem like it's just a regular post. You don't want to make it seem too much of like an advertisement, pretty much. So you want to make sure you have these big bold images and really going to capture and grasp that person's attention. So again, if you have a specific offer, if you have a service or things of that nature, just discounting your products or having that compelling offer up front, that will get people the most likely to convert. And the next piece I want to touch on is visual and the copy part of this. Again, as you can see, this young lady in the photo, it just looks like a regular post. It doesn't look like anything too advertisement-y or anything like that. It gets straight to the point. You only have a second to get somebody to click on your ad. Mm-hmm. So just making sure you can add overlay text. Again, using canva.com is a really easy way to do that. But make sure you're not overusing emojis and hashtags, as I was mentioning, in your actual post, your actual messaging. So add those to the comments if you choose.
Okay. So, and this is for Instagram and then for ads as well?
Yes, this is for both Instagram and Facebook. You want to apply the same,
Okay.
the same things.
So limit the amount of text because, it's interesting when you see a lot of the ads, they have this long, I guess the long content.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think about that? Is that effective?
It's not effective. So those long posts you see in the descriptions, keep those for your organic posting. That's because your followers are more likely going to read that, as opposed to when you're serving ads like this, people want the information very quickly. They want to be able to know what you're selling, how it's going to benefit them, and then have the conversion and whatever they want to do after that. But yeah, those long descriptions, most people are not reading everything when you're dealing with,
So
serving
just
this
a
ad.
captivating picture, what you're offering, why should I purchase it or why should I join it? And then this is how you do it.
Yep, very quickly, simple and easy.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. So now this is for more of the service-based businesses. A great feature you can actually do with these paid advertisements is as soon as they click on an ad, so for example, this one is Facebook, but you can do the same thing with Instagram. You want to make sure that they're being directed to a lead capture page immediately. So this is because you don't want them to run into a page where now they have to read all of what's going on. All of the information, or at least a little bit of it, should have been in the post. And since they're clicking on it, you can tell they're already ready to convert. So now capture their names, their email addresses, their phone numbers, and right from there, you have all their information so you can contact them again anytime you want. So that's just an easy way to collect information within these platforms.
Mm-hmm. And so when we talk about Leadpages or landing pages,
Mm-hmm.
is there one that you like in particular or that you recommend?
It not necessarily. I think anything that you can immediately get there or collect their information, anything with forms on it, that's an easy way to get their information. And I'm going to show you also how you can capture it and keep it all in one place. That way, you can do whatever you want with their information, email them, add them to your list, things like that.
Okay.
So, yeah. So diving into the results, here is the lead capture page I was referring to. So with my clients, I actually set up an integration where it automatically pipes those forms that a user filled out with the information and immediately transfers over to this Excel document. So again, everything is right there in one place. For example, if you have a gym or something similar, you have all these different contacts. You can reach out to them individually. You could add them to your email list, whatever you choose to do. But at least it's all right there.
Gotcha. So how mine is set up, I use MailChimp and then I have my website. So immediately when they opt in, right, and they give me their name, their email, then it goes directly into MailChimp. But what you've done, though, you have intercepted that, it sounds like. Yes?
Yes. Well, actually, most of my customers, they do it two ways. So if they decide that they want it all in one kind of sheet like this, I will do it this way, but I also automatically send those to their email list as well. And most of my clients have different email lists. So depending on where they came from, if they're coming from Facebook, as we are doing with these lead capture pages, it'll go to that separate email list. Okay. As opposed to the ones like you're referring to from your website should go to a separate email list.
Okay, gotcha. And so these are more, I guess it doesn't matter, right? So either if they're coming in by Facebook or Instagram or however they're coming, then well, I guess that's if the client wants it, then you set it up in the Excel spreadsheet.
Yes. Yeah. So for this is just going to be, just think of it as a folder for all of your different contacts. And you can choose to call them directly or anything like that. Whereas if you add them all in MailChimp, it's a lot harder to get that full list combined unless you're exporting and things of that nature. So this is just an easy way.
It's your way Yeah, I can definitely see the advantages of this because you have all the information there. So you use this more as a CRM, customer relations
Exactly.
management tool. Okay,
Yep,
gotcha.
I sure do. All right. And then also, let me click this. I build custom dashboards for my clients as well. So for the way that they want to view their ads performance, I know in Facebook there can be a ton of metrics that just don't mean anything to you.
Hmm.
So I walk my clients through exactly what they want to pay attention to as far as like what their KPIs are, their performance index, and how they can make sure that they're seeing growth over time or whatever the case may be. But it's all right there in one report.
I love this. And so this report, when you're working with your clients, you render this report on a weekly basis. Well, I guess if they're running ads, then you're doing it. Is it daily, weekly, or how does that work?
So it's actually automated. So every few minutes, it's actually updating itself. But I went in here and actually had to build out the different data connections and
Mhm.
making sure it's piping through correctly. So I'm constantly checking it weekly, but you can go in here and set your date range for however you want to, how long you want to view the performance for, and it'll automatically populate.
Excellent. I love this.
Yes, ma'am. So that is actually all I have for you all. So I hope this was helpful. Again, these tips should help you kick off your marketing straight because the digital marketing space is really a lot easier to implement
Mhm.
quickly and get results. So
Mhm.
if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email or visit my website. And I also have a free chat with Chaya where you can schedule a 15-minute call with me and we can chat through some of your needs for your business.
Awesome, awesome. And someone said, "Good evening, Pamela." So please do type your name in comments so that we can see them. And if you have any final questions for Kaya, please enter them into comments. So, Miss Kaya, I'm really, you have got my wheels turning over here, and I'm like, okay, because I've been working on funnels, and
Mm-hmm.
that is a complex beast.
It
It
is.
really is. It's a
You have
complex
so many
beast.
components. So many components.
So
So
many. So talk to us about exactly what you offer. Hey there, KJ. Thank you for joining us tonight. And are you laughing, KJ, because I said funnels are a complex beast? Because I know you probably have been working on yours as well. And and so, Kaya, as we're working on the funnels, and
mhm.
is that something that you actually assist with? Is that a component of your business as well? Talk to us about your services because I also know that you do flyers. You create
Yeah.
flyers as well. So tell us your array of offerings, service offerings.
Yeah. So I offer paid media management, which deals with the funnels when you're dealing with like your paid ads on Facebook and Instagram. So I manage everything from the setup to the implementation to the results and showing you exactly the performance that you're getting from those ads. I also offer consulting services. So if you need help from the beginning stages of my marketing 101 course, just dives into how to set up a marketing plan through to organic ads. I have a second consultation for that. And then the third one being your paid ads if you choose to manage all of this on your end. So these are just a few of the services I offer. I also do organic media management. So I'm posting about 3 times a week for you. I build flyers, as you were mentioning. And yeah, so anything marketing related, I'm really your person.
Yes, yes, that is so exciting. Okay, someone has a comment. Let's see here because it's not showing you who I am. Okay, but I'm also working on my funnels. That's what I thought, KJ. Wonderful, wonderful. Excellent. Well, Kaya, I just thank you. If no one has comments, I've asked my questions. So I've got my answers over here and I need to set up a consultation, Kaya because I
Yes,
can definitely
ma'am.
see how you can benefit my business. And so I am excited to just connect with you.
I'm so glad. I'm excited as well. As I mentioned, that this is one of my passions is really just helping business owners put their brands out there. I mean, they're great businesses, but they're only as good as, the people that they're reaching. If you're not getting people to convert or getting it out there, then it just needs a little bit of that marketing TLC.
That's it. Marketing TLC. I love it. Well, Chaya, thank you once again. We will definitely, I'm going to ask that you hold on. I'm going to close us out. And then we're going to talk for if you have just a few minutes longer.
I do.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, everyone, again, thank you for joining in tonight. I so appreciate you. I hope and pray that you were able to walk away with some nuggets that you can implement within the framework of your business. Please do reach out to Chaya at itspopmarketing.com. That's itspopmarketing.com. And as you can see, her phone number there. Her phone number is 832-535-2671. That's 832-535-2671. And I bet you this is Miss KJ. She says marketing TLC. I love that. Yes. So please do reach out to Miss Chaya for the marketing TLC and schedule time. Definitely schedule time to make sure that you have a conversation with her. Says I'm going to go back and check out the replay. Yes, please do go back and check out the replay. Miss Chaya really gave us some very good information. It was very sequential, and she helped us to understand what marketing is, how to navigate the waters in Instagram as well as Facebook. She gave us some great tips, so you definitely want to watch the replay. So again, we will be having more campus conversations as we move into July. Y'all, I cannot believe that 2020 has come, and it's just like it's blown past.
We're halfway through. Right? That's so crazy.
Today is halfway mark, right? And so we've got 6 more months to really, really knock it out the water. So marketing is a huge part of that game plan. That's the only way we can do it, is to plan our work and work our plan and make sure that we have a comprehensive marketing strategy to do so. So please come on back and join us. Look for more of these types of sessions as we move into July. But again, thank you so much for joining us. And again, thank you so much, Chaya, for being with us and sharing your wonderful knowledge.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. Everyone, have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.